Hello and welcome back to another vlog where normally I film with a certain little someone and what we get up to every week. But right now I don't actually have him with me. He's at his nan's, or well, my mum's, but maybe you'll see him later on in the video. Today we're starting this with a lovely stroll in the beautiful cloudy weather of England, because thanks to my addiction to RuneScape, I haven't actually been outside in what feels like a year. So I'm going to go outside, go down to the allotment and dig some holes. Because really, who doesn't love digging some holes, eh? Well, I say that. Before I started down the allotment and when I was a kid growing up, I used to hate weeding and doing all this stuff. But the progression is quite nice and it's quite satisfying coming down here and seeing things grow and change from week to week. Which is why today I'm actually down here on my own, and maybe we'll do some little bits and pieces later on. There is one thing I do want to do. The main objective of today is to finish off this planter, but I'm actually considering taking these two posts out of the ground because God help me, they're so wonky, it winds me up every time I come down here. Like, look, they couldn't be further apart if they tried. So I'm considering digging those out and then placing in the 2x2 wood instead by digging into the ground and having them level. That way, using this wood in here, we can actually make a fence out like I discussed last week. But as I wheel you back towards the weeds, one thing at a time, eh? So on that note, let's hit the time lapse and get this thing dug out. Boom, one planter done. All it realistically needs now is to be weeded, and I think for this bit here, I'm gonna put, well, this bit here, I'm gonna put stones down this bit here because we have a bucket of stones there. So I'm gonna fill this middle section with stones, just kind of lay them down like a little pebble path, if you will. Right, there you have it, guys. We have finally completed our 4-bed situation. The only thing that's missing from them now is compost, because to fill this bed alone, it literally took about 10 bags of 50-litre compost just to fill one bed. So to fill up these other two, it's going to cost quite a bit. Unfortunately, it's not in a perfectly straight line, which, to be honest, I kind of wish it was because I'm a little OCD about that. But all the same, I had no idea what I was doing, and we managed to get some raised beds in. The next thing on the agenda actually is, as I discussed earlier, sorting this fence line out and probably digging these two out. Now, obviously, I've thumped these posts in, so they're not particularly easy to get out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of recreate a big hammer, if you will, and I'm going to like nail a piece of wood this way to create like a T, and then use a fork probably to like lever it up. That way it'll kind of come out of the ground like a big nail. At least that's what I think will happen. Failing that, then I will just have to probably dig it out, I imagine. I don't really want to snap the wood because it's a big waste. So I might have to just dig around it, loosen it up, and then like pull it out that way. But, you know, maybe my big hammer idea will work. However, that's going to do it for me down the allotment today. I'm now hopefully going to throw to me and Jess acquiring a new car, because as you saw in last week's vlog, me and Jess went to go look at MG, and hopefully today we're going to go pick that up. So we're going to try some new weird transition, because I like messing around and trying something different, and we're going to throw to that. You ready? Oh, I have no idea if that worked, but it's a brand new day, and what seems like a regular occurrence, we're at my mum's again. I swear this is just becoming like an allotment vlog, but we're down my mum's. And she's got some new paving done for her allotment, which is coming along very nicely. But today we're actually taking Benjamin down to the park, because last week we didn't get a chance to. So we're taking Benjamin down to the Cotswolds to like a dinosaur like park thing. Oh, we've arrived at Birdland. I don't know if you can see that, but look over there. How cool is that? I wouldn't be a bird park without a good old duck. Oh my God, look at the penguins. They're huge and they look amazing. I don't think I've ever been so close to a penguin before.
Can you see the penguin though? Benjamin.
It reminds me of Pokemon. If pigeons could evolve, that's what they'd look like. I genuinely feel like we've gone back to the Jurassic age. I've never seen a bird like that before. Honestly, I don't think we could have picked a better day to come down here. The weather is amazing. You gonna stroke him? Give him a little stroke. Go like, ah. You just poke him. There is something so satisfying about listening to them eat. They actually are so still, they don't look real. And these birds always remind me of the Pixar short movies with the mine. It's so funny. And from pelicans to the stag, time to get some food. I am so hungry, but I think sausage and mash can't go wrong, right? Haven't mentioned it yet, but Benji's got a new haircut. Do you like your hair, Benji?
Hi.
Cheers, Benji. Cheers. So cheers, mummy.
Cheers, cheers. Don't play with that, mister.
Oh, it's been a while, but it's very nice. Oh, Benjamin's got a lunchbox, and it's like a whole bloody platter. Look at that. That might have to be the most sophisticated children's meal I've ever seen. Oh my God, that looks so tasty. Well, that was lovely, but I think it's time to go before this one creates too much of a mess. Ugh. So it's a brand new day, and we have returned to B&Q. Because God help me, I'm gonna get this fence right. Even if it means burning my credit card. Well, we're here for one thing only, but that is eventually gonna be something that we'll do down the allotment and make Benjamin a little play area for sand. Oh, okay, well maybe not. Sometimes I seriously wonder if it'd be just easier just to buy an actual fence and just put it up together. But we're back here, and I think this is actually what I need, which is 4x4 wooden posts. The reason being is because the 2x2 that I actually originally bought won't be strong enough to hold the fence, so we're going to try 4x4 instead. More wood in the car. Time to take it down to the allotment and drop it off. But sadly, it's actually started raining, and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Ta-da! More wood for the collection. Time to come full circle on this vlog and dig out this post. Because whilst I did come up with a genius idea of levering it out like a nail, that's just really just not going to work. So let's get a shovel and dig this out. Right, so first things first, we're going to take the turf out, then dig around the post and put it in a wheelbarrow. And then finally, like King Arthur, pull it out the ground. I think it's safe to say that was pretty well buried. Now I need to dig down at least 2 foot into the ground, basically where that hole has gone down to. Dig down there, put the post in and fit it back in. Okay, we're at a point where the hole is actually pretty deep, to be fair. So if we grab a 4x4 post and we'll put this in the ground, look. Beautiful, look at that. Never knew how satisfying it was to dig a hole in the ground. However, it's not quite as deep as I'd like it to be, so I'm going to keep digging until we get as far as we need to go. Well, I'm still in the realm of not knowing what I'm doing, but honestly, I think I'm too ill-equipped to dig this hole any further. Literally, it's pretty deep. My arm, it still isn't touching the bottom. As you can see, it goes pretty far down. So I don't think it's going to get much better than that. Let's put the post in the floor. So straight off the bat, the first thing I'm noticing is that the dirt isn't quite compressing down as much as I'd like. Obviously, it would actually be better to concrete it in, but I don't think we're allowed to use concrete down the allotment, so this is what I'm doing. Bit of a weird setup. I got the post thumper on top of a 2x2, and I'm kind of like slamming down on the dirt to kind of compress it a little bit. It's a little odd, but it is actually working. The post is really sturdily in the ground now. But for good measure, I'm not going to cover it back up just yet. I'm going to keep, every time I come down here, probably keep pounding it down just to make sure it properly sets in the floor. All right, now it's time to repeat this process and remove this post and put another post in. Well, that's hole number 2 dug. Honestly, can't wait for everyone to watch this video and tell me that I've done it wrong. But the last hole officially filled back in, post in the ground, and by some miracle, I've actually managed to get the post perfectly level without even measuring it. Now, if that's not a win, I don't know what is. In the end, I actually found this, I think is 6x6, big square piece of wood, which is the perfect size for using the post thumper on the ground to actually hammer it in. And honestly, they're actually really sturdy. They're not going anywhere. And because this is just a fence purely for just keeping Benjamin out the allotment, I think it actually works really well. And with the post that I've now acquired there, I can extend the fence and bring it along here as well. And we've got a completely separated garden. There is one last thing I have on my agenda as I perform some kind of miracle wheeling this one-handed, and that is to acquire some wood chippings, because I think it'll look way nicer than seeing all the weeds and the dirt in between the planters. Oh, looking much better. Guys, I have to say, I am actually really chuffed with how this is turning out. The fence posts are no longer wonky. Ignore the fact that that's wonky. We've got 4 planters all raised. Crops are starting to come through now, veg and stuff like that. Things are being planted and things are growing. We managed to get the gate posts in. I don't know how sturdy they're going to be, or if they're going to stay like that. Hopefully they do. And we've got some wood chippings down between the planters as well. It's just feeling so much nicer down here. One thing I do need to do is obviously connect all of these posts up with some railing and then stick a fence along here as well. But to do that, I still need to source some pallets from somewhere because I'm not entirely sure where to get them from just yet. As obviously with everything that we've done down here, it does cost money. And little by little, we're chipping away at it, but it is certainly getting somewhere. And speaking of getting somewhere, I think it's time for me to get going. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave the video a thumbs up rating. I'd appreciate that. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe so you get to see him every week. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next week at 6 p.m. Friday for the next vlog. Peace, peace. See you soon. They're pretty poggers. Oh, wait. I don't know what accent that was. I don't know where that accent even came from. Was it Scottish? I don't know. I've never done that before. I just made noises with my mouth that I've never made before. I didn't even know I could do that.